Solomon!
How you doing, baby?
Here he is. How's it going, brother?
Cool, man. All good. Friday night, so you know what I mean?
Well, it's Friday night, so I hope the fuck that you're hammered already.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah,
pretty
boy.
Much. Getting there.
So, for everyone who doesn't know, introduce yourself, my friend.
I am Jeremy Solomon from Red Method.
Nice.
I also used to be in Ted Mole, and I also used to be Metastasis, and I'm also in This Is Endless.
You are indeed.
It ain't easy being cheesy, you know what I mean?
You're somewhat of a vocal slut, my friend. And that's only vocally.
Yeah.
So how have you been keeping, man? Like, how have you been? Have you been dealing with the old lockdown and stuff? Have you been working? Have you been, have you been writing? What have you been doing?
Man, I've been busy. I've been really busy. I've been more busy in lockdown than than normally, really, in my life. I mean, I'm blessed, really, that I could say that. In the circumstances that, especially the music industry's in, and loads of friends and family and all sorts.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a mental health primary teacher. I work with children that are excluded from school in primary, and the very complex children, complex behavior, intense behavior.
Yeah.
So that I'm a key worker, so I've had to go in regardless to what is happening around the world. The pandemic hasn't stopped me. Hasn't stopped this. Whatever I do, it's kept on going. If anything, it's got worse. It's got more intense for me because mental health has, gone on a rise. So
I was literally just about to say, man, you probably got more work. It's probably worse now because of everything that's going on.
Exactly, yeah. So I've been with that, and apart from that, I made the most out of a day that I'm working from home to be able to write. Music. We've got nearly half the album more or less written of the new Red Method stuff. It's
wicked.
Huge is the best thing. We've basically get written, and that's pretty much there. We still need a lot of work on it, but it's still slowly but surely it's getting there. It's going to be a monster. And apart from that, we got the reworks, which is our main focus at the moment, and it'll be released on the 15th of January, which is just basically it's the reworks of the debut album. So we've actually been able to just look at the songs, and show a side to the band that we couldn't probably show it completely in the debut album, which is more electronics. And, industrial kind of weird shit, negativity here and there. And it also contains an original song. So there you go, you get a bonus.
Nice. So with all this, I mean, would you say, obviously, so with the way you're going now, I know that you've recently taken on AVD from the Defiled.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy? I mean, who invited him to the party, man?
Yeah.
Well, so how much difference would you say that Alex has made since he joined the band, man?
Oh, no difference whatsoever. And I invited Alex, is my bro, man, from many years back. We used to tour, as in Ted Mole and the Defiled.
Yeah.
Actually, fucking Ted Mole took the Defiled on tour. Can you believe that?
Do you want to know a fun fact? I'll talk about this a bit more in later on. But the first two bands I ever put on in Bournemouth, the first one is you guys.
Oh shit! Yeah. I think remember you telling me.
First band I ever put on was Ted Mole, right? Now the weirdest thing is the second band I ever put on was the Defiled.
Shit!
Right?
That's unbelievable.
Very weird, but
that's unbelievable.
But
so now we're talking,
all right? And now we're talking. Man, we've been talking for 12 years, bruv. But but still, like So let's carry on with what we were saying. I will go back to that. So you brought Alex in, obviously.
We brought Alex in, and it was, the thing was that, how can I explain? Since Ted Mole, I entered Ted Mole, and I started Metastasis, and then it was always a band that was always heavily influenced by electronics and industrial. It's just that crossover, that breed that I've always, felt running through my veins, really, through the blood. And it's really what interests me, and I guess when things came to an end with Metastasis, and I put together Red Method, I was really thinking about, you know what I mean, I need somebody that is really good at
Yeah.
this, you know what I mean, that knows his shit, and you know what I
Sure.
mean, is up for it, is a good frontman, you know what I mean, at the same time he can bring something to the band,
For sure.
and who better, you know what I mean. Then I wasn't thinking of Alex at the beginning. I was like, fucking, and then I thought, oh shit, fucking
Yeah.
Alex.
Do you know when
You know what I mean?
sometimes
He's not-
you know when sometimes it's like like such an obvious thing that you don't even think about. You're like, how the fuck did I not even think about that?
Yeah, and exactly, it was just one of them. I'm like, well, you know, I'm gonna send him the demos and stuff and see what he thinks. And immediately, you know, he was like, fuck yeah, he loved it, you know what I mean? And
Because he's
that's
your
it.
boy as
Since-
well. And also, obviously,
Yeah, he is.
the Defiled aren't really doing anything now. Obviously, you know, they're all kind of gone their separate ways. So
Yeah,
Lee's in a new band, doing
Yeah.
really well, obviously. But so it's good to see Alex doing something, but it's even better for me to see him doing something with a bunch of guys who already know him and already can accentuate
Absolutely.
his positives, you know?
Absolutely, you know, and I think, you know, I mean, electronic wise, you know, I think he's spot on for the band, you know.
For
and
sure.
what he brings,
Unless he smashes his keyboard up. Obviously.
Exactly, yeah, I mean, that's part of the show always. The lunatic is part of the show to break his keyboards always here and there.
For sure.
But
Man.
yeah, it's, you know, it's going, it's been a journey. It's been so full on for us as a band, you know. That's fairly new. It's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
And you know, with the amount of stuff we've done, you know,
For sure, man. I
6
saw
or 7 videos.
Yeah, man.
We've just been working our asses off.
You're doing it. You're doing it. In my opinion, you're doing it the right way. You're pushing in the right way. You should be.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
Cheers.
your Bloodstock performance. Was wicked. I thought that was
Cheers,
you
brother.
did really well with that. It was really good to see you guys play on the Sophie stage, because it's sometimes there are people that go to Bloodstock that actually prefer seeing bands on the Sophie stage, because sometimes it's just more contained.
A bit more personal.
It's
isn't
more
it? So
contained
it's
and
more
more,
in the face.
yeah. It's more contained and more up in your face. And to see you guys in there was wicked. Especially considering I've seen you guys mainly on smaller stages. It was
Absolutely.
nice to finally hear your sound on a bigger stage, and I think that it makes a difference. If you
Absolutely.
can hear a band on a bigger stage, you can hear what you can hear whether they're going to be able to cut it or not on a bigger sound.
Yeah, and you can't just hear it. You can feel it in your balls.
Fucking right, you can, bro. And that's what you want, right? I want that.
Exactly.
I want that tingle, brother.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, you know, we as you know, we were about to hit the road. We were 3 weeks on the road. We were literally going up to, I think, what was the first fucking gig that we had? It was in what was that? We even got the poster here.
Yeah, man.
We released the album on the 28th of February 2020, and on the 28th we left for a 3-week tour.
Yeah.
And we were going up to Exeter.
Yep.
And the promoter called me and he was like, look, don't come up, because that's when, you know, COVID just hit.
Yeah,
basically.
man.
It's like, it's not going to happen. You know, people are cancelling the tickets. We had to cancel 3 weeks, and I had to cancel the second tour we had, the European tour that we had as well.
Yep.
Everything, you know, we had downloads. Well, to keep that for, don't say too much about it, but yeah, we had also that kind of stuff. And,
I didn't know you had download, brother.
Well, yeah, keep it quiet.
Shh.
Yeah,
They didn't have
pretty
download.
much,
I'm lying.
Yeah,
It's all foreseeable
yeah.
future.
basically, yeah. So, you know, we had a lot of things going on, and we had a lot of festivals. We were playing here and there, and we still had to confirm a few more, and you know, a few also big main tours as well that were on the cards, but main supporting other bigger bands, you know, which is really what we were looking for. But again, when all this shit happened, everything just went to a stop. So the only thing we've been doing is trying to keep ourselves kind of engaging the audience, you know, engaging the fans, and giving the fans at least anything that we can, you know, possibly do. So we've done 2 lockdown videos. One of them was released,
Yeah.
I think a few months ago, and then we've got another kind of, you could say, it's in the second lockdown video. We did it in this second lockdown, and it was all filmed as well individually at home, and that's going to be one of the original songs that's going to be part of the rework, which is coming out on the 15th.
I heard that, man. It's wicked. Actually, I love that remix, man. It's good.
Yeah. So that should be cool as well. So, you know, there's things here and there popping up, you know what I mean? But again, we just got to be a bit more patient and wait, see what the fuck is going on.
So the question I kind of asked Harry earlier, I asked to you, man. When do you see this all becoming normality again? When personally as a band, when do you feel like this is gonna chill out and we're finally going to be able to get back to what we do best?
I don't know, man. To be honest, I wish I could click my fingers and everything go back to normal tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Wish it tonight. But seeing how things are moving forward, you know, I mean, I don't see anything happening till summer. And if it did happen, I think there's going to be. I've heard there's going to be vaccines, and you know, you're going to need to have a vaccine to go into a festival, to travel. That means, you know, you're doing European tours and going here and there, you're going to need to be vaccinated, and you're going to need to do a coronavirus test as well to prove that you're going to be able to go into the venue. So
yeah,
it's going to make it really hard, you know. And if the metal scene was struggling in some areas already, I think it's going to make it. It's not going to help it, basically. You know what I mean? I think it's going to once eventually as well. It does come back, everything comes back, there's going to be such a massive kind of traffic, you know what I mean, massive traffic of bands.
I would agree. I would agree on that, man. And I'm glad you said that, because it's going to kind of go two ways, I think. It's going to go two ways. If whoever's doing what they're doing knows what they're doing, they'll be able to do it right. But what I think a lot of venues are going to get is a lot of over traffic, and
exactly. Yeah.
There is one thing that I do worry about when we all come out of this, and that's oversaturation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I just was about to say.
Yeah, man.
We had a meeting here. I live with Jonathan from Metal Hammer, Jonathan Selfs, and the guy Ghana from Metal
Great
Hammer.
Guy, by the way. He's such a legend, man.
He's the best, man.
When it comes to independent music and when it comes to heavy shit, that guy is the guy that really supports a lot of shit.
And then a mate of ours, Ghana from the dude from Metal Hammer in Germany, he was down here. He stayed here with us for a few days, and he was, you know, we had like a little chat, and he was saying the same. He's like, you know, when things go back to normal, it's going to be so oversaturated that to you know, if you're not a massive band, it's going to be so hard to be able to get a tour unless you already, you know somebody and they put you in main support. But it's going to be, you know, there might be traffic. I mean,
well, dude, I
don't want to comment too quick because things change very quickly.
No, I mean,
you know?
dude, we've been doing this long enough now that we have a foresight of how it's going to go, and it is going to go that way. But all I'm going to say from my point of view, dude, is you guys have a secure house in Anvil, and when we're ready to fucking go, I want to see I want to see the Solomon, and I want to see the Red Method in my fucking house, brother.
You will, man. You won't be able to get rid of us then after that.
You say that like it's a fucking problem, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll probably take 2 days off of work.
Yeah, definitely we'll need it. Definitely,
because the after party. So on that note, right, I'm going to move us over to the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, the beginning of meeting you was through Ted Moore, right?
Yeah, it's crazy times. I don't remember anything of Ted Moore, really. 10 years. I don't remember that shit, just 2 or 3
By the
years.
way, which does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. So for anyone who doesn't know Ted Moore, right? Ted Moore would be what I would class as a death metal band that kind of combined an industrial element too. So it was death metal with a bit of new metal in there as well. Would you agree? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he had. I guess, you know, it
was a bit of everything.
Elements of, you know, the new metal kind of. I mean, a bit Corey Taylor kind of, you know, power shouts.
For sure, there was definitely some. But
then you had, you know, I mean, the old school kind of death metal beat, but it was, you know, it was heavily based on groove, but at the same time, chaos. You know, a bit of controlled chaos. I say, and technical in some areas.
And so I remember your gig when you played. So again, for anyone who didn't see earlier, Ted Moore were the first band I ever put on in Bournemouth as a live band. Before Ted Moore came along, I did the DJ nights. I did Reckless Intent. Reckless Intent for 2 years or 1 year was a DJ night that I put on in Bournemouth. Then I decided I was going to expand to the live scene. The first gig I ever put on was at the Joiners in Southampton with Anteria. But the first ever live band I put on in Bournemouth at the Gander, RIP, was Ted Moore. And I remember you guys coming in, man, and it's, again, you guys had that. There was just that thing about you guys at the time. There was that kind of buzz where you were doing something different. And you always also came with that fucking London vibe. And
Yeah,
there's something about that London vibe that always makes it a little bit more. Well, fuck me. Here we go.
we were all from London. We were all nutcase at the time, you know. And we were young, you know. And at the same time, I was a fucking lunatic at the time. And Luca was as well.
I was gonna say Luca as well, bruv. Yeah.
Most of the time, you know what I mean. And the thing with Ted Moore was that we never gave a fuck about anything. We went on tour with Suffocation, Dayside, fucking God forbid, for weeks, and we didn't even put it on Facebook. We didn't even give a shit.
Yeah, man.
It was like, let's get the fuck out of here. And
you just want to get a fucking road and fucking
mental.
shit up, right? That was literally.
And there's hardly any history of the band, and you know,
Right.
the guys from Metal Hammer always tell me, I want to compile everything.
Yeah,
except
man.
More, because it was one of the first, you know, proper London bands. I
agree.
This up the other, and it was like,
I would say
we ain't
after
got anything.
Akakoka with the other band that I was around at the time, they were kind of doing that thing where similar to you guys were building up that London kind of vibe. But like, Ted Moore, man, like it was just like, and again, you had that barrel, you had that keg that you would hit, and you just like
Mental,
fucking
man.
bang, and it was cool, man. It was like literally,
it was good times. Man.
It was. I was so grateful to have you guys as the first band
cheers,
that I
bro.
ever put on as because you were so different, and you were so
It was an honor.
Yeah, man. No, you were just doing something completely different and so good that it was just like a show, like show-stopping show, man. It was just like when you played, it was fucking banging, and it just, and also we just connected, like as people immediately. We're like, and we've not really stopped talking ever since.
Yeah,
like,
and us people, definitely, bro.
Like
definitely,
obviously through Metastatus, like, you know, going through the times, like obviously Thume came up as well. We ended up playing shows that were similar to you. We ended up playing like Mammoth Fest with you guys. Obviously we didn't actually play at the same time, but we were on Mammoth Fest with you guys at Thume. We ended up playing alongside you guys, and you guys carried on, and then you ended up doing Red Method. You've got This Is Endless as well, which is you know, you're doing as a, you know, a side thing to Red Method, but it also holds its own fucking worth in itself, you know. And are you is This Is Endless is with Luca?
He's with Luca. Yeah.
Right,
Luca's still there.
When he can be asked to turn up?
Sorry, say that again, bro.
When he can be asked to turn up, or
oh yeah, I mean, you know, we again, it's the same kind of vibe with Ted Moore. Like we do it, you know, we go in and we play some brutal fucking heavy death metal. But then it was like, well, when are we gonna do something? Fuck it, whenever we can. Like it's not
it's
like,
different, isn't it?
It's different. It's you know,
it's more.
It's a different mentality. We do it.
Yeah.
We do it
when you want to do it.
Really, you know what I mean? Because we miss being in Ted Moore. We miss, you know, I mean, going out and partying and going mental till, you know, for nights without end, and
for sure.
And This Is Endless was like, okay, fuck it, bro. Let's do a band just to basically be able to hang out. And
I would love to see you. In my opinion, I would love to see a super band between you, Luca, and AVD, and then someone else on drums. Someone as capable on drums as they are as capable for partying.
Yeah, well, that's hard. That's the thing. The drummers usually just take it easy,
right? Mate, I remember Divine Chaos. Right, little story for you, because this was around the same time. Divine Chaos. Now, obviously, their drummer James has gone off to play with Vader, right?
Yeah. I know James. He's a very good friend of mine.
He's a fucking great drummer as well, right? But I remember when he turned up, the first time I ever saw him, he was a fucking 17-year-old kid who didn't drink, he didn't do drugs, he didn't do anything, and he was nothing but the drums, dude. Yeah. And it was like, oh, you joined the wrong band for this. It's like
proper,
right?
Proper. He's done so well. I'm really happy.
He has done so well, and I'm really happy for James. And it was just so funny because seeing him go, obviously from being the young whippersnapper that joined Divine Chaos, to then moving forward to joining Vader, who is one of the biggest death metal bands in the world.
Yeah,
and he's done all this other stuff as well. He's fucking great.
Yeah. He did play with us a tour.
I thought so.
He did learn the songs, and we took him to do some songs with us in Metastasis, which was really good. But,
I thought so, bro. Yeah. So right, I'm gonna split this chat. We're gonna chat a bit more afterwards, all right? But I'm gonna split this chat now, and I'm gonna play some Ted Moore for everyone on chat, because I want to go old school and I want to play some old stuff, man. And then just hang fire with me. I'm going to play this, and then I'll come back to you, all right?
No worries, brother. I'll
Wicked.
be here, man.
Thanks,
Safe.
bro. Speak to you in a second.
Bye bye.
Right, so Chow, I'm going to play some 10 more now for you. All right, this is the old, going back to the old days. It's 2008 release, Forest with This Memory of the Free Festival. This is one of the best tracks these guys release, and I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I'm here. Shall I hang? So shall I leave it running, yeah? Yeah, bro. Yatsen, yeah? Send you a few songs if you want. You can send you a song if you want. So you want the YouTube thing, yeah? Geology. I'll send it to you now. I'll send it to you. With Rich and Adam. I've got it here. I'll send it to you now. Yes, that's from the bedroom. Rick. Where are you, bro? You're home.
So that is Ted Moore, the one and only legendary UK band that is with us no more. So, Mr. Solomon, you're still here?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Ted Moore. It was lovely to hear that again, man. I haven't heard that album in so long. It was so, like, literally, it's been about, what has it been, 10 years? 12 years now?
I haven't heard it for a fucking long time either. My guitarist played me the other day. He's like, oh, this sounds a bit like this riff. And then he played it to me. I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot completely what the fuck that was.
Nice.
You know,
Google says 2007 for that album, apparently.
2007.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, 2007, you're right. Yeah.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a long time, man. Fuck, it's 13 years.
I know, bro. Right? We're like boomers now, surely.
Yeah, man.
We're boomers. Shit, when did that happen?
Dinosaurs.
So tell me, obviously, moving forward, so that I wanted everybody to hear Ted Moore because it's a big part of my promotional history. It's a big part of where I started, and I wanted everybody to hear. But now we're moving forward 13 years, and we're moving on to Red Method. And you said that you're obviously trying to release your new album now.
The rework. Yeah, we're doing a reworks album, so it's gonna be released. There's gonna be basically all the information is gonna come out soon in the next few weeks. That's
Cool.
gonna be release date is gonna be on the 15th of January.
Okay.
There's gonna be a video. It's gonna be accompanied with Metal Hammer and
Nice.
blah, blah, and all this stuff. But basically, yeah, that's basically the reworks album. Check it out. It's fucking dark as fuck. You know what I mean? It's a journey. You know what I mean? It's like more industrial, like electronic mixed with really dark.
I feel like I've heard the reworks version of one of the songs. I feel like anyone listening who's listened to Mick Gordon's Doom music would love it because it's that very industrial metal kind of sound.
Exactly, yeah. You know what I mean? It's a different world completely. You know, and it's Red Method, but it is stripped back with electronics and really dark vibes and just the essence of what industrial and fucking negative music is, but it's all nicely captured, and it's
Nice.
It's a part that we wanted to show of the band, and like I said, me and Alex have been talking about this for a while now about electronic music and him from back in the day with the Defiled and Mayor Stacy, Ted Moore and all that. And he said we did think why not get something out that's the reworks of the debut album
For sure.
Show a different side that people are never going to hear in.
So what's the reworks name called, dude?
It's called the reworks. Basically.
It's called reworks. I mean, why not keep it fucking simple, right?
We kept it simple, yeah, because like there's a lot of people that then think, oh, it's a proper second full album of the whole band, playing full proper riffs, and it's not. It is a rework. So we thought let's keep it simple. Just bang, it's straight to the point. So it's the same. Even it's the same cover. The artwork will be revealed soon, but it's kind of the same cover of the debut album.
Yeah, man.
Different color, and For the Sick, which is the title of the debut album, has been scratched off, and then you got reworks on top.
Yeah, man. I love a rework, bro. I love a remix. Some of the best stuff. I remember going back. If you remember the Spawn
Yeah.
original Spawn soundtrack.
Killer, yeah, really good.
And
really
like
good.
just like stuff like that there. I think it was even Queen of the Damned, and then there was even the they did a Limp Bizkit Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff where you get that kind of industrial mix to it.
Yeah, there's dynamics to it, you know. I mean, it takes you on a journey, you know. More than anything, it's not just all the time full on.
For sure.
Till the end. I've playing death metal for 25 years now. I need,
I'm sure you know that the trick is dynamic, right?
Exactly, and that's one of the most important things.
Man, if you play blast beats for an hour and 40 minutes of like blast beat metal, everyone will get bored. Like the thing in music, and the thing I've found even writing music, is dynamic, right? If you can create that thing where it's you build an atmosphere and it starts heavy, goes down, brings it back up. It's almost in the same kind of way like dance music.
Yeah.
You know where in dance music when you're DJing, you're pumping it and you're pumping it. That sounds really bad for me to say it like that, but you're pumping the tune and then you bring it back down and you bring everybody down to that thing. It's the same with like Jump the Fuck Up and all that. You bring it down to that kind of where it's like real low, and then you fucking slap that beat back in.
Yeah.
And then that's when everyone goes fucking apeshit. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You're completely right.
And that is dynamic. Well, they call it, obviously the technical term is crescendo, but yeah, that dynamic is what makes tunes, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's important to have those dynamics while the song is pumping, and at the same time covers all ticks off all the kind of,
for sure,
areas where you want the drop downs to be as heavy as fucking possible.
Yeah.
The blast beats when they're in, you want them, ripping your fucking head off.
Yeah.
You want to implement all these things in such a way that it keeps the listener,
intrigued, interested.
I love blast beat. Don't get me wrong, and I fucking everything I've done has been in the past probably has been just pure blast beat and the heaviest. But
on that note, by the way, anyone who gets a chance, sorry to butt in, anyone who gets a chance, make sure you go and check out Red Method's version of Heart Shaped Box, because that's fucking amazing. Coming from a Nirvana fan, which I'll show on my arm, I've got the In Utero tattoo on my arm. Amazing.
Oh man, really good. Yeah. That's
what was the decision to do that, dude?
It was a song I covered always when I was a kid, really, in school. When I was in school, and then when we were writing the album, I was all the time thinking, man, maybe we should drop it in. I just started drafting it, really. I always had the chorus in a certain way. I always used to sing it in a certain. Although I used to listen to the original, but I used to sing differently in my head.
Is Nirvana one of the bands that you would say is one of your kind of growing up bands, or?
I think I would say Alice in Chains. Definitely.
Alice in Chains, yeah, nice. Do you have a favorite Alice in Chains song, dude?
Oh, my favorite Alice. I can't really say my favorite because I
love
could say
too much.
The album is just for me my Bible, man. It's
nice.
It's just by misery, man, pure heroin.
Yeah, yeah. It's just Alice in Chains had a way. Actually, the whole of grunge, it's that kind of melancholy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's it's the heavy melancholy. So it's like being melancholy at the same time as being heavy, and that's that being able to do the both. Is
absolutely, And if you listen to For the Sick, really, there's a lot of elements of grunge in it, but really, heavily.
Yeah, they were a heavy metal band that did grunge, weren't they?
Yeah,
really.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you read up on Alice in Chains, they were originally a heavy metal band anyway. That their label told them to play more grunge because of what was going on anyway. But we would still always class them as a grunge band, obviously.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So yeah, I mean, and Nirvana also was part of my upbringing.
Yeah.
But I moved very quickly. I mean, I started with Slayer, and Venom and Sepultura, and that kind of stuff, Pantera and all that. But I also was part of the grunge scene a lot, and I was obsessed with Alice in Chains. And Nirvana as well to a certain degree, but nowhere near as Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, I guess. But
yeah, for sure.
you know, I still listen to the same bands really pretty much. I think nothing beats, you know, in the 90s kind of metal, man, to be honest. What can I say?
I would agree. I mean, there's a lot of new stuff that comes out. I love a lot of the kind of new metalcore stuff like Architects. I think Architects do a great job of being a fucking amazing live band. You know, but I do feel there's certain bands that nowadays, in my opinion, there's certain bands that kind of live on that kind of carry on the vibe, but they're not really that big. So I don't know. There's a band called Stake Number 8 from Belgium. They've recently changed their name to Stake, but in my opinion, they're kind of those type of bands that kind of carry on that grunge.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
like a piece of meat. Yeah.
No. So funny enough, they were originally called Steak Number 8, like a piece of meat. But they're all vegan, so I think they've changed it to steak as in the vampire steak. So it was originally named Steak Number 8 was named after one of the brothers, one of the guys in the band. His brother had a band. It was one of their songs. The brother unfortunately died, but now they've changed it just to steak, as in like a vampire steak. But like those, like it's really now gone back underground. So that kind of like vibe of that kind of grunge vibe has kind of gone underground, I think. Yeah. But it will come. You like everything else, bro. It will come back round, you know. And fingers crossed it does for all of that kind of, because anything like that, anything alternative, bringing it back into the market is good for everybody else, as you full know. But for Red Method, man, I think that you guys are doing exactly what you could do and what you should do in the era that we're living in, because you guys managed to amalgamate again, almost like Ted Moore, where Ted Moore was death metal with industrial. You kind of have that same vibe where you're able to bring that new metal Slipknot kind of vibe, and I'm sure you've had that a lot, but that Slipknot vibe into the new era of metal. So that new groove style that the UK is known for now, we are gaining a reputation for this groove metal style, with bands like Loathe and that kind of, again, dynamic metal. So Loathe, Conjurer, and bands like that. And again, you guys, you have this thing where you're a groove metal band with industrial tendencies, with new metal influence as well. So it's putting all of those things in together, and you get Red Method. And the outcome, in my personal opinion, is awesome.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, it was very carefully thought, when the songs were getting written and stuff. And apart from that, I got, amazing musicians in the band, and they're all fucking amazing people. And
yeah, man. I'm going to give a shout out to Quinton now, by the way.
Quinny.
Oh, Quinny. Whose birthday was the other day, by the way. So everybody wish happy birthday to Quinny. But I mean, that boy, he's a prodigal mastermind, right?
He's a protocol Excel killer word sheet.
Excel. I don't notice everybody calls him the Excel sheet king, right?
We have a meeting, and the geezer sits there with a laptop on his knees, just fucking taking notes of every single thing that.
For sure, and you know what? That's the kind of guy he is, and none of us would change him for it, right?
Oh yeah, nothing, and it's funny because then when we having arguments, or we're saying whatever, and we're like, yeah, we said this. No, wait a second, we said this, and
he goes back to his Excel sheet.
Yeah, he brings his Excel sheet out, and
nice.
Basically proves us wrong. Oh, bless him.
Nice. Well, I mean, and then, but the thing is, though, dude. Again, you got Quiddy, you got AVD, you got the other guys in the band.
Fred, which the drummer, which is amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as this is the thing. As a collective unit, you've got all of the talent, and that's great. And that's what you want, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, man, I honestly, when all this shit goes past and we can get you guys back, and when all this shit goes past and you guys can do what you got to do, I honestly wish you all the best. I think you guys are going to do really fucking well. As soon as you get the platform that you deserve for all of these people, but especially for you guys, you work so hard, man, and you worked so hard for 13, 14 years, whatever. You know, you've done so well, and if there's anyone that deserves it, if anyone has got that kind of attitude that should be doing it, you're one of those people, man.
Hey, bro, it means a lot, man, from hearing it from you, dude. Honestly,
cool. All right.
Does.
So I'm gonna.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody that's been listening today to this. Keep in touch. We got reworks coming out on the 15th of January, and there's gonna be a ton of fucking things coming along. And when we're back after COVID, we're gonna be everywhere, spreading the venom.
Good man. Well, the first thing that I want to do as soon as we can get some freedom and we can go other places and see other people, bro, is me and you.
We're gonna get on it.
We've had a chat already, haven't we? We're gonna meet up and have a fucking
at least 2 days or 3. We're gonna need.
Yeah, it's got to be done, bro. It's got to be done.